Hello, I am Andy, and I'm going to read using tarot cards, Kabbalistic tarot cards, the month of February 2017 for you, the rabbit. The first card I'm going to pull will have to do with your areas of romance, marriage, and family. So let me pull that card. And it's facing me. And therefore, you don't have much control whether you are in the area of romance, marriage, or family. Now, I'm going to divide this card into two, and the month into two. The first 2 weeks for you are going to be very troublesome, the card says. Past issues are troubling your romance areas, and past issues are also troubling your romance possibilities. If you already have a romance, watch out that weaknesses are seen in the first 2 weeks of February for you, the rabbit. And these differences are very strong. Part of these differences got to do with issues that happened in the past. So you'll need to cover up a bit, or you need to explain quite a lot. And also in the romance areas, if you already have a romance, watch out that past issues and blame is going to weaken your romance possibilities in the first 2 weeks. You attract quite a bit of problem in that area. The last 2 weeks are improving tremendously. It's a day and night situation. The first 2 weeks so troublesome, the last 2 weeks so helpful. As the last 2 weeks progress day by day, better and better luck in your romance areas. So in the last 2 weeks for you, the rabbit, last 2 weeks of February, if you are looking for a romance, that's the time to really strike out and make contacts and socialize and call people that you are interested in. And you are going to connect in a wonderful way in the last 2 weeks. If you already have a romance, the repair will be wonderful and everything comes back to a good bonding stage for your romance. Now, if you are married, the first 2 weeks are going to be very depressing, very unhappy. Financial issues are there. Difficulties in agreements of many kinds is also seen. So be careful that the first 2 weeks of February for you, the rabbit, you have to control a tendency to show your temper or to use your tongue to fight your causes in terms of arguments. Don't do that. Try to be as a listener. Try to be calm as possible. And thereby in your marriage area, you'll be able to weather the storm coming at you in the first 2 weeks. Not every day is going to be bad, of course, but there will be certain dates which are going to be extremely problematic. The last 2 weeks for you in marriage are really heaven. Everything becomes to be solved. You become very lucky. And at the same time, there is discussion of travel, there's discussion of good financial promotions. So every issue in the last 2 weeks seems to be correcting the first area, the first 2 weeks, and making the last 2 weeks of February very good for you. It's good for you to discuss whatever you want in your marriage in the last 2 weeks, because you will find your marriage partner to be very agreeable. So first 2 weeks, a bit of a headache. Second 2 weeks, everything settled. In areas of family areas, I would advise you not to allow your siblings, that's your brothers and sisters, or allow your parents to interfere in your marriage area over any issues. I can see that some infiltration of problems can be seen from there. Okay? The second card I'm going to pull for you will be to do with your career, business, and financial areas. And it's facing you. That's a very good sign. When the cards face you, it means that you are in control for some degree at least. Regarding your career, the first 2 weeks are going to be very unhappy. You get bad news of some kind. You find that the areas of promotion and more recognition are not seen. So there is delays of finding happiness in career. You will also see that your career you feel that it is an insecure career. So you may become very restless and want to make changes. And thereby you create stress and anxiety for yourself in your career area. The last 2 weeks are very good. So after a bad first start in 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of February for you, the rabbit, become extremely lucky in career. You start to attract good news. Promotions are possible, more money is possible, support from colleagues, support from your bosses, very possible. So don't panic and don't want to react too strongly in the first 2 weeks. Be patient, and the last 2 weeks will solve all your career issues for you. If you are a business person, then the first 2 weeks show a lot of stress, even depression, and the first 2 weeks show disappointment and the inability to cope in the sense of finding success or activating success. So be patient. There's not much you can do, otherwise if you try harder, no harm with that, but you seem to attract more stress and anxiety that way. So be patient, wait for the news to develop, because the last 2 weeks in business for you are going to be very, very good. You attract business contracts, you attract business people who realize who you are and how you do things and want to support you. You attract the possibility of getting bank loans in the last 2 weeks of February. So be patient. If you are in business, be patient and don't take risk in the first 2 weeks, and everything falls into your lap in the last 2 weeks of February. You become very lucky. Of course, you have to work hard, but you become very lucky. These are the key words. General finances, first 2 weeks show a panicky situation, stress, anxiety about finances, but the last 2 weeks seem to put you at rest and bring finances to an even keel for you. Okay? The third card I'm going to pull for you would be to do with your health, and it's facing you. That means no severe difficulties, but still I'm going to look at the card, and regarding your health areas, your card shows a danger of accidents firstly. So don't be too hasty and impatient and wanting to do things at top speed. Accidents don't just mean on the road. Running up the stairs, running down the steps can cause accidents. Bathing at top speed on a slippery surface in the bathroom can cause accidents. Many ways of finding accidents. So the big warning is about accidents. Secondly, it shows that because you are going to find some opposition, provocation, confrontation in career or business, that I worry about your stomach and your intestines taking the pressure. So it could be the stomach and intestines going gastric, or if you're already gastric, then the gastric area starts to activate and you have pain and problems there. Look into these two areas. The cards don't show excessive health problems, but little bits of those. You can go to Facebook and look me up and follow me and communicate with me, and I can tell you more about what I do and give you more information, and then we can Skype, and I can do a full horoscope for you based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms, which are your DNA. Thank you and goodbye.